You were lying awake at 3 a.m., tossing and turning, wondering whether you should use all your savings to pay off the mortgage or invest it for profit.
Don't be quick to believe the online gurus who say paying off debt early is foolish.
Today, I will show you that sometimes a decision that is mathematically wrong turns out to be the best decision of your life.
1. The paradox of money, the battle between the spreadsheet and sleep. There is an ironic truth that we often use mathematical logic to solve problems that are inherently about human emotion.
Imagine a story about two close friends. We'll call them David and Sarah. David is a regular history teacher, while Sarah is a professional financial auditor. On his 50th birthday, David decided to use all his savings to pay off his home mortgage completely.
Sarah looked at her Excel sheet and exclaimed, "You're crazy. The bank loan interest is lower than investment returns. You are throwing money out the window because of opportunity cost."
Theoretically, Sarah was completely right, because money often multiplies in the stock market faster than the rate of bank loan interest.
But David just smiled and replied, "Maybe I'm bad at math, but tonight I will have the best sleep I've had in 20 years."
This story highlights the difference between optimizing profit and optimizing life. When you owe the bank $300,000 or $500,000, that feeling is like carrying an invisible weight on your shoulders every single day.
Many people, like my parents used to, consider the day they pay off their home loan like hitting the jackpot.
That peace, that feeling of nobody chasing you every month, cannot be measured by any spreadsheet.
In behavioral psychology, this proves that humans fear risk and pressure more than they desire maximum profit.
Therefore, the first lesson is that in personal finance, the word personal is more important than the word finance.
2. The psychological trap, when fear controls the wallet.
Let's dive deeper into the mind of someone carrying debt, where the phenomenon psychologists call loss aversion occurs.
The pain of having to pay a large monthly interest payment is twice the joy of receiving interest from an investment. That is pure survival instinct.
I have met many people who are extremely allergic to debt. They cannot close their eyes if they know they are in the red.
Take investor David, for example. He is brilliant at making money, but suffers from debt anxiety. His solution is not to go all in on investments, but to maintain enough liquid assets, like gold, silver, or cash, to pay off all his debts at any moment.
He accepts losing a portion of profit in exchange for a feeling of absolute security, which is called buying psychological insurance. Conversely, many young people suffer from the illusion of competence syndrome, believing they can use borrowed money to day trade and beat the market. They forget that the financial market goes up and down, but the bank debt invoice arrives like clockwork.
If you face the risk of losing your job, that oscillating investment portfolio cannot save you immediately, but being debt-free will save your life. There is a term called herd mentality, when society encourages you that using financial leverage is the only smart move.
But remember, banks prefer you to keep the debt as long as possible because you are their income-generating asset. When you pay off your debt, you reclaim your own cash flow and stop working for the financial system. Paying off debt early is like locking in a sure, guaranteed return, independent of whether the market crashes or surges tomorrow. 3. The practical solution, the F-square rule and freedom.
So ultimately, should we listen to our hearts or the computer? Instead of choosing sides, I want to introduce a concept I call the Freedom Fund.
Before opening your investment app or banking app, sit down and write out what your own definition of financial freedom is.
The F-square rule is not a rigid mathematical formula, but a mindset framework for designing your life.
If you are brave and sleep well even when the market crashes, go ahead and invest your surplus cash to take advantage of compound interest.
But if you prefer certainty, focus on paying down debt to free up monthly cash flow. remember that even after paying off your home loan, you still have to pay property taxes and insurance fees, so the game never truly stops.
However, without the principal and interest payments, the income from your job is entirely yours to reinvest or enjoy.
A fully paid off home is a strong financial fortress, a place where you can take refuge if an economic storm hits.
Don't let the fear of missing out, FOMO, push you into making decisions that cost you sleep. There's a great saying, wealth is what you don't see. It's the peace of mind, not the fancy car or the big house full of debt.
Take the sleep test. If debt is waking you up at 3 a.m., eliminate it immediately. If seeing cash sit idly makes you restless with regret, take it and invest it in a global index fund. There's no single correct answer for everyone. There's only the right answer for your specific nervous system.
For conclusion, in an easy to remember, easy to understand way.
In short, money is a tool to serve life, not a master for us to serve. You can choose to pay off debt to buy peace or invest to buy opportunity, as long as you understand the price tag of each choice.
Don't live according to someone else's spreadsheet. Write your own equation for happiness. If you want to boost your financial IQ and hear the raw truths about money that no textbook teaches, hit the subscribe button now. See you in the next video.